What's up? It's the Brunch Breakdown. Didi out here in Los Angeles. Chris is here today, and Dan is in Pittsburgh. Guys. When's the last time all three of us have done this? April?
Bro, probably.
Maybe,
the last time, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I've been on. And then when I was on, it was me and Didi. Because I think Dan was in like Baltimore or something.
Yep.
So it's been like a month.
Damn.
Wow. Shake off the rust, boys.
Yeah,
let's
shake it off. Let's shake it off. All right, well, today on the show, because Chris hasn't been here and he won't be here for the next 2 weekends either, it's Chris Gates Brunch. And we're talking a lot of football stuff, so if you don't like football, listen to an old episode, check out the Sounds of Brunch, all that good stuff.
No,
but,
you're going to listen. You're going to sit down and listen. Is what you're going to do.
No.
I don't care.
That works. Listen,
there's a third of our audience is like, son of a bitch. Well, I guess I'll tune in next week.
Hey, some of these are going to be real topics. Some of them are going to be like imaginary, right?
That's true. Maybe there's one that's like, that we're not like breaking down film here. There's going to be a topic or two in here where you're like, that's fun.
No, there will be no film discussed. And not to step on Didi's toes here, but like we're talking about one of Didi's favorite players who doesn't play for his favorite team anymore. We're talking about a historic team leaving its city. Okay. So again, not film study. We're going to talk about a college player who's not allowed to play anymore because of a gambling habit. And then we're going to also pick our favorite fictional running back of all time. Like none of this is film study. This is if you're the cash football fan, this is for you.
We're just giving you real emotion here. We're just gonna break it down in an emotional standpoint. That's all.
Correct. And it's gonna be a fun show. Dan, let everybody know where they can find this thing.
Everywhere, people. Come on. What you waiting on? Every Wednesday, we're here for you. That could be any versions of us. 2 of us, 3 of us.
There is a we that is here, and we are with the audience.
We'll never do this show solo, so it'll be we, no matter what.
Or is it the AI version of us? Who knows?
Who knows? But we are here for you each and every Wednesday. Follow or subscribe where you like to listen. That episode's going to come right to you. It's that easy. Video podcasts available also on Wednesdays. Premiere in the morning or afternoon, depending on where you are in the country. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. But anytime you like to watch after that, where, Dan? YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify. Now, you're like, Dan, I listen on Spotify and the video hasn't been there. I'm fighting with Spotify a little bit right now, and I don't know what the issue is. So the video is typically on Spotify, but sometimes Spotify's just like, no, not this week. Sorry. So it's not you, it's me. Okay? It's that simple. We're everywhere on social media at Brunch Breakdown. And yes, the Sounds of Brunch is back up and running, as promised, for the last couple of weeks. I actually fulfilled said promise. And it's there. It's ready for you. And we're going to have new tunes for you this Friday from what we're going to give to you at the end of this week. We can make that happen. So Sounds of Brunch exclusively on Spotify.
Dan,
I'm just thinking of my week, and I was like, "Ugh, can I make that happen?" Yes.
Well, you don't want to make too many promises, you know?
No.
I saw some of my podcasts in Apple Podcasts now have video, and I'm trying to how does
gosh, damn it.
Yeah, you didn't know, Dan? I've been meaning to message you about
weird
that, but
because
I was like, it's enough.
That's where I listen. That's weird. That's where I listen. I don't.
Yeah, a couple of mine have like started with video, and it gives you the option to turn off the video. And I was like,
yeah.
Well, what's going on?
Yeah, especially like the big ones. It's like, because I was listening to the Michelle Obama podcast, and it just starts playing video, and I was like, easy. I didn't ask for this.
Whoa.
Like, calm down. And it was like, and I saw like, and then I saw a couple other ones, but like the big ones, it's like they just start with video right now. Probably unless they have a deal with Netflix or something.
We're top 7%, so we're the big ones.
Right.
We're the big ones.
We are the big ones.
Well, we need to get up there with the big ones. Michelle Obama, we're coming for your ass.
Yeah, naturally, the Obamas, Dan, Didi, and Chris.
Yep. All right. All in the same sentence all the time.
Good company to keep.
Well, it's time to get random topics off our chests. Chris, if you don't remember how to do this, start. Let's get it.
60 seconds, right?
60 seconds.
Yeah.
Go.
Yes.
Let me start off with a question here. On this day, at this point in time, midway through 2026, in as succinctly as you can, how do you currently feel about AI?
Um, wow, that was okay. Well, this isn't gonna be 60
Tough
seconds.
for a short. He's like short answers only.
Jesus.
Like, oh boy. Okay.
I love it for really for slightly less silly things. I like it for that. I like it for going to whatever service you use, whether you use Claude or Google or whatever, and being like, "Hey, explain the situation in Gaza like I'm a 5-year-old."
Mm.
It's great for that. Also, trip planning. It's great for that. Um, and yeah, it's got uses. I don't hate AI, but I don't like it using other people to take my job though.
Mm.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want that. So it's a lot of issues when it comes to being in the creative space and film world and all that stuff. That's messed up. I don't like that, nor do I want any of that. So yeah, and I've got stories about that, but that's for another day. But
Mm.
anyways, go ahead, Dan.
My answer is treat AI like alcohol. Use in moderation. Use in
Word
moderation.
like that.
Right? It can make for a good time. It can make for some great stories. But use in moderation. I think it can be a significant time saver, whether it's for something personal or for work. Like it's being shoved in our face at work. Like we got to use this thing because everybody else is. And I think that's the challenge people are facing right now. It's like they're like, get on the train or you're going to get left behind. It's like, well, the people conducting the train up there are the ones that are like building this thing. So it's like maybe we don't let them be in charge of telling us whether or not we're going to get left behind. So I think that's what a lot of people face right now. They don't want to be forced onto this thing and felt like they're going to be left behind, but like use in moderation.
Yeah, I like all that makes sense. The reason I asked is because I've had a very like conflicting 2 weeks or so with AI, where like I obviously use it for my business, and I mainly just use it to like streamline things, like organize things, right? And
Mm.
and it's very, very helpful. I kind of use it as like a virtual assistant that is like not a real person. Um, but over the past couple of weeks, like I don't know if you guys, well, yeah, I'll first say this, like, have you guys seen the like massive amount of speeches that are happening at commencement on college campuses where like they bring up AI and all the students start booing? Have you seen
Yeah.
this stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That like really has stood out to me because we're obviously in the real world working with this stuff, but like kids who are in college right now are probably just getting hammered with it. And like I
Mm.
would imagine if I'm a college kid, I mean, you guys remember coming out of college in like '08, '09 when we did, and it was like the worst job market ever, and none of us were super thrilled. And I feel like kids now are coming out of the job market and they're or coming out of college into the job market and they're saying like, well, half of your jobs are going to be automated by AI. Like I feel like yeah, I went into it assuming that like young people probably are all about AI because they're young and tech savvy and they can use it to their advantage, but it seems like it like maybe might not be as unanimous as I thought it was because I've been shocked at like how many different it's not like one or two colleges where this happened. It's like I've seen like 10 different colleges at commencement speeches where the entire crowd is booing the person speaking, talking about AI. So like that stood out to me. I'm like, wow, okay, not as many people are into this as I thought. And like personally, I like using it to create more efficiency, but I am also kind of sick of people talking about it, you know? Like
Mm.
anything that gets talked about all the time, every day for like 2 years now, I'm kind of like, all right, I'm ready to be on the other side of that thing. And just I feel like personally I've been seeking out more like interpersonal, real world interactions, friendships, working relationships because like everybody's telling me how much everything is going to be artificial. I'm just like, nah, that's not, I don't think that's how life is supposed to be lived. But then, I don't know if you guys talked about this. the Puerto Rico song that's just gone absolutely crazy. Are you guys aware of this thing?
Yeah, I am.
Dan, are you aware of this thing?
I don't think so.
Oh my, it was made by a dude from Pittsburgh. He
Classic.
uh he goes on these trips and uses AI to write catchy jingles. And it's like he kind of like points out like the odd, ordinary, funny things in each city or state that he goes to. And he's been doing it for a while, and I've been following him for a really long time. He did one about like when Cal played Pitt. He went to the Cal Pitt game, and he made a joke video about how like it's the best college football rivalry of all time, right? Like he makes like ironically funny videos. He did one in Puerto Rico, and he's on like Good Morning America last week. They were interviewing him because this song has gone absolutely viral. He's like on all in all these different countries now. He's getting all these different brand deals, and it is the catchiest song. Dan, listen to it. I'll see if
Oh
it's actually
boy.
on Spotify, so I'll put it on the Sounds of Brunch. It is the catchiest song I have heard in as long as I can remember, and it was totally made by AI. And I'm like, but that was awesome. But then all these people hate it. I'm kind of getting annoyed by it. I just had a conflicting couple of weeks with AI, boys, and that's what I wanted to share.
Mhm.
Yeah, the AI music thing is annoying. I hate it. I'm not a fan. But also, when it comes to that song, it's like that song doesn't sound like a real song. It sounds like a song made for the internet, right? It doesn't sound like a song that I'm going to listen to in my car. It sounds like
Oh
something
no.
that's really good for videos of people lip syncing or of people just putting a graphic in front of it. So I don't know, but I don't know. I just that when AI takes stuff from the creative space, I get very, very annoyed
And so
because there's a
that's
lot of things that like there's people that like that song, as silly as it is taking money out of someone else's pocket who's actually making real music and making, and that just bothers me. Or someone who makes even that song, which is basically a jingle. Someone out there makes jingles
right.
or made jingles for
Mhm.
different places or made these songs that we hear. Like we were, before we got on there, we were talking about songs for TV shows. Like now someone's going to put in AI and do that. And then that's it. And no musicians, no money is made off of that song. And I don't know. That bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that kind of like is where I think my real hang up is with like everybody talking about how AI and like everything's going to be automated and like tech first and whatnot. But I feel like I love that song, but I'm not going to have a continued relationship with the songwriter because the songwriter was a computer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think most people want to have like actual emotional connection to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it impacts the creative, that's where it bothers me too, because especially for work for me, it's like I think Canva is the devil. Like it's that's taking jobs away from graphic designers. And like anybody can be a designer. Just go into Canva and tell it what you want and it'll make it no. No, that's actually taking jobs away from people. It's not adding more jobs than it's taking away. So yeah, that's where it gets messy, is the creative field, where it's whether it's music or graphics design, whatever it might be, is and I think a lot of writers are dealing with that right now. A lot of writers are dealing with that. If you're in a communications field, good luck to
Oof,
you,
man.
because
Jesus
that
Christ.
is a field that's in trouble, leaning towards AI. I feel bad for those people.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, great. Welcome back, Chris.
Welcome back, Chris.
Hey, the reason I asked is because maybe you guys love it. Maybe you guys are really into it.
You know
I
what?
used it for something we're going to talk about later. So there's your tease. Hang on. Hang on.
Wait, didn't you use in one of your clips, Chris, you have like an AI family in it. Do you know this?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, there's an
Like
AI
B-roll.
family in it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it bothered me a lot because I know the difference between a real family and an AI
A
family.
lot.
I was not
Yeah.
happy about it. But
That's okay. I like putting in
Pudding. I like
those
pudding.
in those in those situations I like I'm kind of leaning more well yeah, I guess what I'll say for that one is I don't have the desire or the capacity to hire a video editor, so I let AI do a decent amount of my video editing.
yeah, yeah. Stop using the AI family.
Better than my family.
Try a different family. Nice try, but
I'll
use my
prompt it
family.
with what family would my friend Didi like?
There you go.
Dan, get it off your chest. Go.
So I'm gonna try to keep this plain, simple, sweet, and short as we try to intend for these to be. Let's just put it this way. Let me start off by saying this first before I get into it. This has nothing to do with the wedding I was at last weekend.
Oh,
nothing to do with
okay,
that.
sure. All right, here we go.
And it does. It doesn't. It truly doesn't. It just brought forward the conversation and the thought. Okay. If you have a cash bar at your wedding, you are not ready to get married. It's that simple. You're not ready to get married if cash bar is your option at your wedding. Okay. Wedding last weekend, not a cash bar. Not a cash bar at all. But it just brought forward the thought, the idea, the conversation. These cash bars should be a thing of the past. Just something we don't do anymore, right? Back in the day, they had this option of a cash bar. If you can't afford to pay for booze at your wedding, you are not ready for that stage in life. Marriage. You're not ready for that stage in life. Or perhaps you need to make some serious cuts of your roster. All right? Every head coach got to make tough decisions. It's roster cut down day. If you can't afford to pay for the booze, you've got too many people. Okay? You just got to make some cut downs. So the most important people in your life, the most important people in your life, granted it may be a smaller crowd, can enjoy the wedding the way you're supposed to enjoy a wedding. Weddings are expensive for everybody nowadays. The people getting married and the people attending. The people attending, there's an investment, right? Expected, right? You give a gift, you get dinner, you get drinks. You gotta get dressed up. We're gonna have a nice time. And I think the phrase itself, cash bar, that should just not be like a phrase anymore. We should retire that. Who's carrying cash? Who is carrying cash? It's bad enough when I have to try to remember to carry ones to a wedding where I have to remember to tip people if they don't have the Venmo, if they don't have a QR code. Not everybody does. Some people do, but not everybody does. So I have to remember ones, and then I have to remember cash on top of that. Why are we saying cash? It shouldn't be cash bar. We should just retire the whole thing. So moral of the story. If you're getting engaged, if you are engaged, if you're planning a wedding, and you think for even a second, should we have a cash bar? Rethink that relationship. It's no good. You're not ready to get married. End of story.
How about, I mean, I don't disagree at all. I very much agree. I very much agree.
Yep.
If this cash bar has to happen, would it be fair then to say if you throw a wedding with a cash bar, I will go, you're not getting a gift?
Okay, listen.
That's interesting.
That's really cheap, but it's fair. It's really cheap, but it's definitely fair because there's this trend going on with I believe probably people under 30 or something where they want to have a cash bar because they don't want people to get drunk at their wedding, or they only want to have beer and wine because they want people drunk at their wedding. And I'm like, listen, fam, do you want a gift or not? Because the whole reason I'm giving you a gift that is more than a gift that I would give you is because I'm drinking all night. Me and my wife are drinking all night at your situation. We're eating, hopefully, really good food at your situation. And then in return, I pay you back with a gift bigger than a gift that I would ever give you for any other time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's the problem. There's people oh, don't people get drunk. I'm like, well, do you want a gift or not? You have to deal with drunk people for a couple hours. And honestly, you could leave. Because when it comes to the bride and the groom at the wedding, I get it, you're surrounded by all your best friends and everything, but if you guys just dipped out, like they used to do back in the day, where they'd be they'd actually go on their honeymoon,
right,
with an hour left to go in the reception or whatever the fuck, they just leave. Y'all can do that. You don't have to see everybody get drunk. You're all right, well, it's drunk 30. It's time to peace out. I can't see this. And you leave. And then you still get your gifts, but cash bar, go fuck yourself with that shit. What are we doing?
Yeah, I think cash bar, you got to understand I think in a lot of weddings, half or more of the people are traveling, right?
Yeah.
Right. There's investments.
So And even if you're not flying, you're driving there and paying for a hotel room. I don't know, like that's kind of selfish.
It is.
Boom. Not kinda. It is.
Let the people have a good time.
Yeah.
And if you're worried about Uncle Rufus getting too busted up at your wedding, then he's not on the invite list. It's that simple. Don't let you're worried about one person getting drunk at your wedding affect the rest of your guest list. That ain't right.
And that's where the wedding party comes in. Like, hey, Uncle Rufus tends to get
we're doing
out of
drink
control.
tickets. Here's your 2 drink tickets.
So you're an usher, and that's not just for the church. You're also here to usher people out if they get out of hand.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. When it comes to the one drunk uncle, you may not like the drunk uncle, but everybody else at the party loves the drunk uncle. They're like, wait, your Uncle Bob's here? Let's get it.
Yes.
I'm like, what? Oh
Those are the stories we'll tell. Those are the stories we'll tell about your wedding.
Exactly.
Because otherwise, it's just another one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everybody's story is going to be the fact that they had to pay a cash bar.
Aha. Yeah. Exactly.
Because, like, that's a personal problem. Just because you've had that uncle that's been that you've had at every birthday party, everything. It's like, no, your best friends have only seen that uncle at your graduation. Maybe 1 4th of July or 2.
Yeah, and he was the one lighting off fireworks. It was great.
It's the greatest time. So, like, your wedding, it's going to be great for them. Who cares? It's selfish for you to give the drunk uncle away. No. You give that to the people.
Yes. Thank you, boys. This was a great conversation.
This was good. All right. Let me get this off my chest, and this goes perfect with we're talking a lot of sports today. Don't ask me to be on your rec league team. Please stop. Everybody stop. Like, I just need people to stop. Like, as much as I say, like, I will always come on here and I'll be like, I can't stand talking to parents, right? I hate talking to parents. I'm like, what? Don't you have something else to talk about? I know you do something else other than parent. I know you have to, right? I do have a lot of good friends who are parents, but I also have a lot of friends who are not. But that is the reason why I'm not joining your team, is because I'm not turning down plans to go do something last minute to play softball or to play basketball in a league that none of you should really care about more than going out to eat Mexican. Like, if Siobhan came home one night, if I had a rec league basketball game, Siobhan came home and was like, hey, Lauren can babysit. I really want to go to Casa Vega and get Mexican. I'm like, all right, not going to the game. It's really that simple. If there's a concert that comes up last minute, someone hollers at me and says, hey, got tickets to the show, gonna do it. Or like, go on StubHub, tickets are cheap. Like, let's go. I'm going to go do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not joining your team. Please stop asking me. I'm not joining the first grade dad softball league. I'm not joining the kindergarten basketball league. I'm not doing it, guys. I'm not. I competed a long time ago. And there's shouts to Hat. He tore his Achilles playing basketball. I ain't doing that shit, bro. No, sir. Like, I get shots up at the park by myself. And then once, like, some younger kids come and they're like, hey, man, you want to run? I'm like, you guys got it. Like, I'm out. Like, I'm not out here getting competitive. Like, you know how many people I see who are 40 years old on crutch, and I already know why they're on crutches. I'm like, you thought you could still be you. No, sir. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't mean you can be out of shape. Shouts to Chris Gates Fitness. Doesn't mean you're going to be out of shape. Doesn't mean you're going to be, no. What I'm saying is, you're not LeBron. LeBron's out here at 41 years old doing his thing. No, he's one of one. It's the reason we talk about it nonstop. Like, he's one of one. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be out there doing that, man. And I'm not about to be out there doing that on your team. So please stop asking me. I'm not going to be on your rec league team, guys. I'm not. For several reasons. I'm not doing it. Stop asking me.
At really any age after, I don't know, 30, but especially at our age, boys, recreational sports should be quite literally just that. Recreational and not an organized league. That's where it's like, hey, maybe we'll get together and play. We'll pick up basketball. Hey, let's get together. We're going to do. Okay, we could do that. A organized recreational league at this point in our lives. What are we doing? And yeah, you sounds like you really want to spend more time with those parents too, Dee. I can't imagine, based on the casual conversations you have to have with these fine folks, that let's spend more time together and talk about the same stuff. That sounds really interesting.
I'm good.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my mic went off for a second there, so I didn't hear everything that Dan had to say. But yeah, I mean, the people who play in those leagues, I think are like the most competitive, right? Because you still have a desire to do that. And so if you are not also the most competitive, you're probably not going to enjoy it all that much. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
Like
no.
I played adult league ice hockey through 4 years ago, and then I stopped when we had our second child, and like, because at that point the games were at midnight, and wasn't sleeping anyway. But
Yeah,
like,
that's another thing that's stupid too, by the way. And I felt that way in college with rec games that like I would miss those all the time. People would get mad at me. I'm like, dude, it's 8 o'clock.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and yes, because you're playing at the worst times because they prioritize youth leagues, so adults play in the middle of the night. It's not worth wrecking my sleep. And then like if you do show up, you're wrecking your sleep, and like then you're having a bad time because some dude's reliving like some unachieved milestone from high school. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Taking it way
Some
too
people
serious.
like them. Hey, if it's your thing, good for you. But yeah, I think I'm moved on from that.
Even the
We should
leagues.
have like an annual brunch softball game where like we don't actually end up playing softball. We just tailgate the whole time.
Ooh.
We just forget the game's happening because that. I mean,
Yeah.
All
honestly,
right.
in all honesty, that's baseball. Like like
That's baseball, baby.
I go to a baseball game, I forget it's happening too. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Hmm.
that's right. There's a game happening. That's cool.
We could do
We're in
that.
the seventh inning. Damn.
Yeah.
That was
Dan,
something.
Dan, don't we have two friends that both tore their knees up playing kickball?
100%.
Yeah, like what are
You
we doing?
100%.
What are we
see. This
doing?
is
I actually
what
tore
I'm
them up.
talking.
Yeah.
This is what I'm
It's
talking about.
crazy. Like your body, it's not made for that.
I don't even
anymore.
like
See
playing
all
beer
the
pong with
time.
our friends anymore because we have some friends that get really competitive at that. I'm like, I just want to have a beer with you guys.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine getting hurt playing kickball.
Sliding into second base is like the most popular kickball injury that I ever hear. And it's like, why were you sliding?
Who slides in kickball?
I can give you
Exactly.
the first and last names of multiple individuals after the show.
Oh my God.
They know who they are.
Oh. Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get into brews, shall we?
Oh shit.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan. Brews Day. Christopher, what are you
Forgot.
sipping on?
I forget if it's called Steady Eddie or Steady Freddy, but it's one of those two. And it's
Okay.
yeah, it's Southern Tier. They have IPAs that are like not 8%, which is great when you want to just like enjoy a day on the boat and then actually get to sleep at night. So it's like I think it's like 3.8% or something like that. It's really, really good. I'm moving. Yeah, I've realized if I have a beer that's much above 4% anymore, I'm not sleeping at night. So yeah, yeah.
Brother,
Dan,
that's mouthwash.
this has been many years of trial and error. I think I could still do like your standard 6 to 7 if it's like a noon kickoff for a football game and I got a solid 8 hours to get that thing out of my system. But if I'm doing it like at dinner time, I'm lightening it up big time.
So Yingling off the table.
Yes, but I could do a Yingling light.
Yingling flight, if you will.
That's a little too much.
That's a little too light.
They have a
Wow.
Steady Eddie and they have Steady Yeti. Southern Tier has.
Maybe it
That's
was
what it
that.
says.
It's either this one or that one.
Steady Yeti.
Maybe it's the third one.
Steady Yeti. They
There
have.
you go.
So there you go.
Wow.
Steady Yeti.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So I want to give a shout out to Chris's wife, Katie, because every time I see anyone drinking this and anytime I'm drinking this, I think of Katie. So Aperol Spritz, it's the summer, baby. Shouts to Aperol Spritz. I always have it on the in the fridge for when we have people over because everyone drinks it, and I had a few, and it's very easy. You get the Aperol spritz, you get the champagne, and then it's simple. And ice, it's summer. Let's go. It's been, I officially say the start of summer here, even though like weather is good all the time. But I always say the start of summer is whenever you wake up in the morning and it's like, oh shit, it's 70 already. It's summer now, ladies and gentlemen. It is officially summer, and that's how it is right now. So, but yeah, Aperol spritz. It's summer. Have some nice, refreshing drinks. There you go.
There you go. I love it. I'm gonna give you 2 this week. Okay,
Hit it.
I'm gonna do it. First is up from Strange Roots. They're a little more experimental when it comes to their beers. If you like sours, you know what I mean by when I say like a funky sour, like funky, right? And this is what they do. This is what they love. And they had one on tap this past weekend. It was blueberry balsamic. Yes, blueberry balsamic funky sour. Okay, and yes, very interesting, funky. Very fascinating. And balsamic works with funky, and it all works with blueberry, and somehow it works. A great funky sour with a little touch balsamic and some berries. Well done. A little strange roots, if you will. The second one.
Hold on, we haven't fired up the merch shop in a while, and I think you just dropped a T-shirt idea there.
I think
funky
you did
sour?
too.
No, balsamic works with blueberries or something.
Yeah, balsamic works with funky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There you go.
There we go. I like that. We'll fire up the merch shop. I like it. We'll get AI to make sure it's for us. No. The second one, and the reason I wanted to bring this to your attention is you both are familiar with Mancini's Bakery and bread, local to Pittsburgh here. Well, boys, they've been around for 100 years this year, celebrating their 100th anniversary. So they teamed up with Vellum Fermentation, but I call them Vellum Brewing, located in the South Side. And they're a little newer to the beer scene, and they teamed up with Mancini's to make liquid bread, an Italian Pilsner. Yes, liquid bread, an Italian Pilsner. Chris, it's a little above your threshold. It's a 5. I think you could handle it.
I could get there. I think you
could get there. It drinks
Sip
pretty
on it.
light.
Sip.
Sip it. Their throat of rice. You'll be fine. But it was nice, and we were there with this celebration with the Mancini's folks last night. They were giving out pepperoni rolls and hot Italian sausage on Mancini's bread. It was a good time. Had Italian Pilsner with it. It was wonderful. Tasted like a good Italian Pilsner. A little bit malty, very clean, very crisp. And then like the bready aftertaste was there. Took a couple sips, but I mean, they call it liquid bread. Listen, it doesn't taste like you're drinking bread. It doesn't. It's more of a bready, like yeasty aftertaste is where that comes in. But very fun, very great event. Shout out to Mancini's, 100 years on the scene.
That whole Mancini situation sounds exactly like what Didi just described. It's like you're doing this all at a baseball game, and then you just forget that there's a baseball game.
Yep.
Boom. Exactly.
Drinking, grilling out.
There you are.
Well, that's Brews Day. That's what we're sipping on. And before we get into the main menu, I want to give a shout out real quick. I don't know. I got a question for you guys though, real quick. Do any of you guys, your middle school crushes, listen to this podcast?
I can't say I have that information confirmed. But I can't rule it out.
I'm going to err on the side of no.
Oh yeah, I'm probably going to say no. Although, yeah, people I assume would never listen to this thing will randomly bring it up. Hey, I saw a clip of your podcast there, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you were a fan, fam. I didn't know you were a fan.
That is what keeps you honest, my friend, because sometimes I'm like, who cares? Like, no one's listening to this. And then you're like, oh, we're set top 7%. I should probably think about what I say a little bit more.
I can't wait to hear where you're going to go from here, DD.
Yeah, same
thing. Did my middle school crush reach out to you?
No, but mine did. Shouts to Shireen Duncan. I don't know what her last name is now, but shouts to Shireen. No, she hit me up and said heard her daughter listen to the podcast. So I thought it was like pretty great. So I was like, this is awesome. Like, all right, wholesome family fun. Her daughter's like 16, so like, we can say whatever the hell we want. Doesn't matter. Right. But anyway, shouts to Shireen. I think she's in Michigan. And
Oh, Michigan. Okay. I was going to say,
Michigander.
I wouldn't be surprised if like a large percentage of the Wellsburg population listens, just because you're part of the royal family. But like that's Michigan, so that's different.
Listen, we said some things last week about Forrest Frank, and that lit up a lot of
Oh,
the that lit up. I got hit up a lot about this podcast last week, and
wow.
I thought and I got to be honest, I thought when people hit me up, I thought it was going to be about something that was like that's on TV that I've done, not the podcast. So I was kind of like punched in the gut a
Good.
little
We're
bit.
finally
I was like,
this podcast has finally outshined your career.
I was like, cool. But anyways, yeah. Shouts to Shereen and shouts to anybody else who's listening to the Brunch Breakdown. And if you crushed on Dan or Chris in high school or in middle school, hit us up at Brunch Breakdown. Reach out, DM
Dan,
us. Let us know.
Dan and I would love to know because we did not hear a lot about that in middle school. We did not get much feedback.
If you would like to share with us now, after 30 years that you had a crush on either Chris and I, let's just get it on the table. Let's have a conversation about it now because would have been great to know. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's get to the main menu for God's sakes. Chris, what's up? Go.
Well, natural transition here. Didi, actually somebody else who was in your life at one point that's not in your life anymore. I want to open the floor to you for the first football topic. How do you feel about Myles Garrett no longer being a Cleveland Brown? He was traded to the Los Angeles Rams.
Amazing.
So I guess he's closer to you now than he was before. But how are you feeling?
I've never been happier. I saw it and I was so happy. It's the truth. I've never been happier because why? I'm not a fan in the way that I know you guys are, right? If your teams were the worst teams in the world, right? And everyone knows you're the worst team in the world, but you have this player who is unreal.
We have that.
Where you're describing every year of being a Pirates fan.
Are you familiar with Paul Skeens and the Pittsburgh Pirates? But go ahead.
Or like Jamison Tyon or Andrew McCutcheon. Do I need to keep going?
Pirates are decent this year, though.
Yeah, okay.
No, I guess the Pirates are the example, right? Because it's I always was just I can't wait till Andrew McCutcheon gets to go play for the Yankees, and he did. That was great. He got to play for a real team now, But anyways, that's how I feel about Myles Garrett. I'm just happy that he's going somewhere where he actually has a chance to win something, and he can go play for an organization that isn't terrible. You know what I mean? Whether he wins a Super Bowl or not, he's got a chance somewhere else. He has no chance in Cleveland.
Fair.
He's the second best player in the history of the Browns. You've done it. Now go somewhere else. He wanted to leave last year. The Browns were like, no, here's a bunch of money. And then this year, they finally did it. And I'm just happy for him. I'm happy for him. Happy for him. Everyone in Cleveland's blaming his fiance. Is it Chloe Kim's fiance?
I don't think so.
I don't know if it's fiance or girlfriend.
Maybe.
Whatever. They've been together for a long time.
Come on the
show.
show.
Or whatever. Yeah, Chloe, come on the show. Chloe
Let's talk cash bars. Come on.
Yeah. Everyone's blaming her for orchestrating it, which has been kind of funny on Instagram. If you haven't, go to Chloe's Instagram. It's some pretty funny stuff. But yeah, I'm happy for Myles. I'm very happy, and I'm happy for the NFL because Myles Garrett is now going to be a household name, and that's exciting because in Cleveland, no one would know who this guy was. Now he's here, and he's here with me in LA. Shouts to.
Does that make it a little bit extra sweet though? Seriously, that he's in LA?
No, it just makes it because honestly, if he were going to some other, if he were going anywhere, yeah, I guess it'd be cool if he went to Seattle, but it wouldn't be as cool. I guess it's cool that he's in LA.
Yeah,
playing for a team that's exciting and fun to watch, not a team that's quarterbacked by Sam Darnold. So. Because I'm not watching. Seahawks are good, but I'm not. The Seahawks are good, but I'm not stopping what I'm doing to watch them. You know what I mean? Now the Rams, I'm gonna watch the Rams, and also they're just on TV. So there's that.
Right. On behalf of the AFC North, we share your jubilation. So we're thrilled, absolutely thrilled to not.
Especially when your team has a 42-year-old quarterback that he's gonna murder
and just lost our guard for potentially the year. This is fantastic news. Fantastic news. Super thrilled. Here's what I found fascinating. Andrew Berry, the general manager of the Cleveland Browns, was asked why he didn't really shop Myles Garrett around to create some leverage, get the best bid out there. And his response was, I'm paraphrasing, this wasn't about getting the best return. in the trade. I'm sorry. You're the general manager of a football team. If the goal of a trade isn't to get the best return for you, what the hell are you doing? You're not Myles Garrett's agent where you're just worried about putting him in the right situation so he can succeed down the road. What is this guy thinking? Now, I don't think anybody's really debating the trade value. It was just shocking that it happened when it happened. Really came out of nowhere. Like you said, Didi, 12 months ago, this was like he wanted out. He wasn't reporting. It was done and over. He gets this huge boatload of money. Okay, fine. I'll put up with it and stay. And then this came out of nowhere going to a very, very good football team, by the way, with the Rams. But they got a good return. Cleveland got a good return. I don't think there's a lot of debate around that, but just fascinating that the general manager was like, that wasn't really about what we got back. It was just about making his day, send him where he wants to go.
Here's the thing. He has a no trade clause. So
yeah, so
he said that, I heard him say that and I was like, all right, that's a weird way to say it. I guess, I don't know if you thought for some reason he thought he was smart by saying it like that, but like, it's really because he had a no trade clause and they wanted to get, and like Myles Garrett wanted out of there and there was no reason to keep him in Cleveland. Like,
so
with
say
our
that.
quarterback situation, it's like, because you can't say that. You can't be like, look at our quarterbacks out there. Like, the first time I don't even know what the Browns coach's name is. Anyway, it doesn't matter until they win.
Is it Todd Monken?
Yeah, Monken from the Ravens.
Good for him.
He's a weirdo.
Didi, I can't wait till we ask you to pick him out from the new coach's picture.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You have 5 chances.
Honestly.
Dude, half the coaches I knew are assistant coaches or coaching on NBC right now. Like,
Great.
Mike Tomlin's on NBC. Mike McDaniels is an assistant coach now.
Yeah,
like,
Broncos. Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, those are 2 of the like 6 coaches I knew. So it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be kind of rough. Like, yeah.
Danger Russ Wilson with CBS now. It's like, wait a minute, that's my teammate. That's my quarterback. What are we doing? Everybody's on TV.
But yeah, they have the Browns coach was like, we threw like 1 million interceptions in practice. That's the first time I heard him say anything. And I was like, and then Myles Garrett was like, yeah, get me out of here. But he said he knew, but you hear Myles Garrett, he said he knew a week before the trade. So like, this was
really
happening. Yeah, he said it. I think it was the Rams press conference. He said when he knew like a week ago that this was like the wheels were turning or something like that.
Somebody didn't tell Mr. Curse. Yeah, it seemed like
so
he didn't.
He knew, but it's just difficult when you have a no trade clause. You can't just be like, all right, we're just gonna send you to Miami for 800 picks and whatever. It's like when you got a no trade clause and this shit is not getting better, you kind of gotta.
You still have to maximize the return of the trade, though. You don't just send him where he wants to go. You say, okay, give us your list. Did you hear he first said he didn't want to go to LA? Did you hear that?
No,
when the trade was first proposed, he was like, I don't want to go to LA. I'm like, who would ever say that?
I don't believe it.
They're the arguably the top 2 teams in the league, certainly the NFC. So you're going to a winner. You're going to an amazing environment, an amazing city. Why on earth would you be like, actually, it's not one of my favorites?
I don't believe it.
We're like, why would you say that?
Don't believe him. Don't believe him.
Wow.
Don't believe him. Just like that Joe Manganiello clip that everyone keeps posting from Pittsburgh. And I'm like,
that's real. That's what we do. That's not fake. That wasn't a dig at LA. That was hey, me and Joe are neighbors.
I knew. I was like, oh, Dan shared this in his story. I was like, because I had seen it already. I was like, oh, Dan really likes this clip. And then he mentioned Mount Lebanon. I was like, that's why Dan put it.
That's
right. Yeah. It was like, I'm like, yeah. All right.
So with the Myles Garrett thing, what I hope is that the Steelers took notice of it. And if TJ Watt has a good season this year, I want them to do what the Cleveland Browns did. And I want them to trade him for everything. Well, in the Steelers' case, I would like them to try to get the best return possible.
Connor has no problem doing that.
Because there is a quarterback draft coming up. And I know I mentioned to you guys last year, would you trade TJ to get a pick to draft Arch Manning? And then Arch Manning did not start the season very well, but then he finished it really good. Okay. And then I think I would do it. I would trade TJ for the highest possible draft pick you can get to draft, whether it's Arch or somebody else who breaks out.
A lot of quarterbacks.
Defense pass rushers don't win championships.
Him or Highsmith have to go. One of those two will be traded at the end of next season.
You guys were insufferable in Vegas because Garrett Nussmeier.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, that's still my guy.
Dan was standing like 6 inches from a 65-inch TV watching Garrett Nussmeier throw interceptions. It was unbelievable.
I was like, that's the future Steelers quarterback right there. That's a Nussmeier. He's a Steeler if I've ever seen him.
Wouldn't stop talking about
He was
Garrett
hurt.
Nussmeier.
He was hurt all season.
And then they drafted Drew Aller 4 rounds before Garrett Nussmeier.
Huge mistake.
They could have had Nuss.
Could have had him.
A time.
Huge mistake.
My God. All right. Next topic, Christopher.
That was a great one. All right. I want to talk about the Bears moving. But before we do that, let's get into this graphic real quick. Because let's go into fantasy land here. Okay. Found this graphic on the internet from Max Preps, which is like a recruiting type of website. Which running back are you taking? If you're not watching the video episode, at this time point would be a good time point to hit pause on the audio, go over to YouTube, check out this graphic at the same time point. Which running back are you taking? Boobie Miles, Friday Night Lights, the movie. Wendell Brown, which is the running back from Varsity Blues. Petey Jones from Remember the Titans. Smash Williams is the running back from Friday Night Lights, the TV show. Okay. Earl Meggett, otherwise known as Nelly from The Longest Yard. And then we've got Forrest Gump on there from the movie Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
And to his credit, he's the only running back that had a movie named after him.
True.
Okay.
So, he's got that going for him.
Yeah.
But boys, when you think about this list, who you choosing? And I know we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I think maybe somebody suggested a write-in candidate as well. But how you feeling?
This is a solid collection of people. But there's one big glaring miss here, and it is Julian Washington from Any Given Sunday. LL Cool J is the best running back out of this class. And he's the only one out of this class, I'm going to be completely honest, that looks like he could have been an NFL running back.
That's fair.
That is fair.
That's fair.
Because
yeah.
But if you had to choose from this list, then Didi, which one you take?
I love that. I love it.
Okay, because you guys know how I am with sports movies. I don't like Friday Night Lights. I like Friday Night Lights, the show, so I'm going to go. The Longest Yard's cool. I like Nelly. Force, man. I guess I'll go with Smash from Friday Night Lights, the show, because I do like Friday Night Lights, the show, a lot. I like it a lot.
Okay.
First season, skip the second. If anybody who hasn't watched, first season, skip the second season, then keep on rolling. But skip the second season. They do some weird shit in the second season. Kill somebody. It's the whole thing. Just skip the second season. But yeah. Anyways, going with Smash.
Okay.
Who I saw at Ralph's my second week that I was in Los Angeles. So 12 years ago or whatever. I saw him at Ralph's and I stopped and stared. I was like, whoa, I live in the best city in the world. I was like, I just saw Smash from Friday Night Lights. I lost my shit at Ralph's. Yeah,
wow.
So
I love that. I love that.
Smash.
I immediately rolled out the high school running backs on here because we're looking at them at the high school level. I need a little bit of more elevation. I need a little bit more, higher competitive style here. Jail also big. Yeah. How do you perform in jail? I thought about Earl Meggett potentially. I did. I landed on Forrest Gump, and let me tell you why. He probably looks the least much like a running back. So I'm a little concerned about his long-term stability. A little bit. But his speed was unbelievable. And so here's what I did. I tried to see if there was any information anywhere about, did any of these players in any of these films or TV shows, is there anywhere we could put together some statistics?
You used AI, didn't you?
So I used AI to help me out. Okay. Somebody took the highlights from Forrest Gump, and the ESPN biographical analysis team gave us a projection of what he would have done in a full season playing for Alabama. Okay. 1,487 rushing yards, which is 165 yards per game, 7.2 yards per carry, 1,000 receiving yards, and 26 touchdowns. Okay, 17 rushing and 9 receiving, which is phenomenal numbers. Phenomenal numbers. So I was like, okay, well, like those are great numbers, but let's look at the rest. And I asked it to kind of compare everybody across the board. And this answer just reassured what I had read there. Forrest Gump is universally considered the best fictional running back of all time due to his completely unmatched superhuman speed, game-breaking ability to score touchdown on every single touch. Okay, while players like Earl Meggett bring elite shiftiness and traditional football skill, no fictional athlete matches the statistical dominance and sheer velocity of Gump. So with that, I'm going to trust AI because it was my gut was going there, and I think his speed, if he just stays untouched, he'd be fine. I mean, one tackle, the season's over, the career's over for Forrest Gump. We know how his legs began in those braces. So I think that's just unmatched speed. So give me Forrest Gump.
It's fair. He never gets hit. So
never
we
gets
never
hit.
see him get hit. Everyone else here gets hit,
right?
Has a bad game, gets hurt, gets benched. We see, but Forrest Gump just comes through and just doesn't get touched.
That's a good point. Like, and he outran a truck.
I mean, it's like, honestly, like,
and then
Forrest
he just kept
Gump,
running. Remember, he ran a 99-yard return touchdown, and then he kept running an estimated 50 yards beyond that into the tunnel.
Yeah, and if you look at the advanced stats, like his top speed did not slow down.
No, I think they had him at hang on, I have that. They clocked in based on the film a 4.40.
He's probably the fastest white running back of all time if you think about it. Like, geez Louise.
That's
impossible.
Yeah.
It's
so
the dying breed. I went on a projection. I feel that if Boobie Miles from the movie Friday Night Lights had not gotten injured, and then if we could have gotten his ego out of the way and didn't mismanage his recovery, that he could have had better stats than Forrest Gump, and he could have been a better running back than Forrest Gump. But he was just, he's like I'm thinking of an actual real running back. They did a 30 for 30 on him.
Ricky Williams.
No, I just saw clips from him, though. He's an astrologer now. He did an interview with John Gruden. It's very interesting, worth checking out. He has 6 kids. No, the dude, he played at Oklahoma, Dupree, whatever his first name was. The title of it was like the best that never was. Like, I feel like Boobie Miles is in the same category as that dude. We just never got to see his true potential. So if we're talking
Marcus
about
Dupree.
Marcus Dupree, thank you. If we're talking about full health, I'm going Boobie Miles, Friday Night Lights, the movie. Because we need to get the ego out of the way, but I like a running back with a little bit of swagger, right? That's it.
God, this is great. I hate the movie Varsity Blues. Like, I remember people loved that shit when I was in high school, and I was like, this movie sucks, guys.
I still like it.
That movie's terrible.
Like Tweeter's End Zone Dance? You're not a big fan of that?
No. Not a fan of anything in that movie. I don't want your life. Like, what are we doing? Like, you guys can take that seriously? Okay. Knock yourselves out, guys. Everyone used to love that movie, man.
All right, boys, last football topic here before we wrap up. The Chicago Bears are reportedly almost definitely leaving Chicago. I'll break down the situation here as concisely as I can, thanks to AI. The Chicago Bears Board of Directors voted to advance plans for a new domed stadium in Hammond, Indiana, which, by the way, once this was announced, some dude who's a famous sports TikToker went to Hammond, Indiana, and it is exactly how you would expect it to look. It's like anything in that stretch of northern Indiana before you get to Chicago that's just like an industrial eyesore. That is where they're moving, apparently. Public financing proposals stalled with the Illinois state legislature. They were trying to get a new lakefront stadium in Chicago. Illinois politicians signaled that stadium funding would not be a priority. So at the same time, the Bears apparently were negotiating with Indiana on a offer, and Indiana approved legislation. It says offering up to $1 billion in incentives for a development near the Illinois border, including a model where the government initially owns the stadium and the Bears lease it with no property taxes. So it's like a 25-minute drive from Chicago. But like obviously Chicago fans and even some just NFL fans are bummed out because it's weird, right? That there are teams that don't play in their city,
Right.
but they're still in their state. This is moving to a different state for a tax break and it's saving millions and millions of dollars. And they're leaving historic Soldier Field. Like, how do you guys feel about this whole situation?
I'm like good on Illinois and Chicago in the city of Chicago. Good job.
A little bit
Good
sick
job.
of
Let them go. Let them go.
Yeah.
a little bit sick of billionaires asking for billions of more dollars.
Thank you. That's my thing. I don't like this. Like this isn't like back in the day. It used to be like, oh, the football team, it's part of the community. It's this and that, like whatever. They're making a lot of money, but it's still part of the community. No. These NFL teams make billions of dollars. Billions upon billions every single year. Not just like, oh, man, over a certain amount of time, they're going to make $1 billion. No. They make multi-billion dollars every year. I think it was like the NFL made like $25 billion last year alone. And all these teams are making billions of dollars every single year. So if your stadium costs you $5 billion like the Ram Stadium did out here, pay for it yourself over time. Don't make me pay for it. Pay for it for yourself.
I just looked it up, and a quick search says the Chicago Bears are currently valued at $8.2 billion.
Thank you.
Seventh most in the NFL.
I don't want to pay for your stadium because you're not some mom and pop shop. Like you're not out there selling candy bars to get freaking new uniforms for your baseball team. You make billions of dollars. Stop making, I'm not paying for that. And I'm happy that, cities like Chicago are like, nah, we're good. Because the thing about this that I thought was interesting, it's like, yes, they're if they move, they'll move to Hammond, Indiana. Because I'm still not sure they're actually going to move. This is still like some push and pull or whatever. But like, it's 19 miles away from Chicago. There's nothing in Hammond. Where you staying? Chicago.
Yeah.
So like, Chicago's losing nothing out of this. You're still going to stay in Chicago. You're still going to go to Chicago. You're still going to spend money in Chicago. You're still going to do all the things in Chicago, but you're just going to go to Hammond for this game. Like, that's what you're doing. But I'm happy. I want more to this. I'm surprised. Have you guys had to start talking about that yet? Because
a little bit.
That's another funny thing about this too, is the whole like they can buy the stadium in 40 years. You know what they're going to be talking about in 40 years? A new stadium. So you're just stuck with a piece of junk, Indiana. Like this deal is not good for Indiana. I don't know where this is bad for them, but like obviously, I guess you get the Bears. I don't know, but like this to me is just I don't know. I'm happy that if there's cities and states stepping up, like do it, because there's no reason we should be paying for these stadiums anymore in any sport. We shouldn't be paying for them anymore.
I'm with you. Well said, Didi. I like the fact that Illinois was like, sorry, this isn't a priority for us. We have other major issues that we have to deal with. And a football stadium is just not one of them. When you yourself, billionaires, could foot the bill quite a bit. And guess what? Like the Bears they're playing really well right now. They've got a good team right now. They've been bad for a long time. Like it's still the freaking Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Like they weren't having issues with season tickets and stuff like that. So it's not like they went through a rough stretch. I'm sure they have PSL and seat licenses that they're benefiting from, right? And like there's other ways that you should be able to foot the bill for the stadium. And I bet you Illinois was like kind of calling their bluff a little bit. Like, yeah, go ahead. See what happens. You're going to go to Indiana and go flirt with Indiana? Go ahead. Let us know how that goes. Because I want to know, if you're a Bears fan, I'll have to look at where Chicago is in our markets. Comment on the episode right now. If you're listening on Spotify, you can do it here, right now. Who are you more mad at? Illinois, the state of Illinois, or the team, the Bears, for actually proceeding with this and doing this? I want to know who Bears fans are actually more mad at. Because I feel like Illinois is like, hey, it's not like we didn't try. It's not like we're not trying to work with you. It's like you're the ones with eggs on your face that are going to be pulled up in Indiana. And to your point, Didi, you're staying in Chicago. You're still getting that. I'm sure the people that work at the stadium and have worked at Soldier Field for years and years and years, they're probably going to drive to Indiana and work there. You're not going to pull the entire population of Hammond and be like, all right, everybody come work. We're creating jobs. That's not what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So good on them. Good on Illinois.
Yeah. So this kind of reminds me of like, you guys remember early 2000s, all the worry about the Penguins leaving Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, there was even a situation where like Mario and team executives were in Kansas City, like touring a new arena.
Yep.
And it seemed like almost definitely they were going to be moving. And then at the end, like at the very last second, it came through and they stayed in Pittsburgh. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens here to keep the Bears in downtown Chicago. But it's not like, so them moving, I think I saw it's like a 25-minute drive from Chicago to Hammond. Game day traffic obviously probably be longer, but there's been always like rumors about the Steelers maybe moving to Washington County or Cranberry to get out of Allegheny County to get some tax break and like develop their own site and everything like that. That would be like the same drive, you know? So it's like not a big deal. I think this one's just weirder because it's in a different state. And so like that money goes elsewhere for a while. But if it does happen, I can't wait to just call them the Hammond Bears all the time. You know what I mean? Like when they were saying they were going to be the Gary, Indiana Bears, I was like, they're the Gary Bears. I'm calling them that.
Gary Bears. The Gary Bears.
Gary Bear.
Gary Bears. That's great.
Oh, boy.
We'll see. Right. We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, that would, dude, just, I can't stand sports now, dude. Like, just.
Well, that's the other thing. It's a domed stadium, right? So, like, obviously the whole point,
dome.
Everything's a dome now. And it's like, yes, you can have events there all year round now. But again, where are you staying? If you're going to a concert, if you're going to the Final Four, wherever for that venue, you're staying in Illinois.
Bro, there's like the dude who went to Hammond to check it out. There's like one sports bar in Hammond, and they were ecstatic about this.
Of course they were. Of course they were. How do you think this whole deal got done? It's just because there's nothing here. We'll take it. Let's go. Yeah. That's how that whole thing got done. There was like 15% taxes going on hotels to pay for this thing. Like there's a bunch of other stuff happening that no one in Hammond, Indiana is going to know about until it starts. There's a lot, man. There's a lot going on with this thing. But yeah, a lot of stadiums are where they're supposed to be, right? Keep them where they're supposed to be. Buy your stadium, put it where it's supposed to be. Like Soldier Field, I don't know if you guys have been to Chicago, but like I've never been to a Bears game, but I've seen where Soldier Field is, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Because I had no idea where Soldier Field was. I'm just walking around Chicago, and I was like, oh shit, that's where it is? That's cool. That's the place where the Chicago Bears should be. It's just like if you're in Pittsburgh and you're coming off the bridge, you're like, oh shit, that's where the Steelers play? That's where the Steelers should play.
Yeah.
Like it's just some things just make sense. It's like I don't know if you've been like the Atlanta Braves don't play anywhere near Atlanta.
Right.
And they call themselves the Atlanta Braves. They're nowhere near Atlanta. Like there are a lot of people who go to Atlanta and they're like, oh, I'm going to Atlanta with Braves. I'm like, oh well, you're in for a treat, guys, because you're nowhere near Atlanta.
Yeah.
And it's just there's just some place like just implode the stadium and build another one in the same spot or next to it. This shit isn't hard, but people are, tax breaks for billionaires and all these things and whatever.
Cash for clunkers, all that stuff.
Pisses me off. Pisses me off. Cars for kids.
You're looking at this cash for clunkers thing? Cars for kids. KRS. Cars
Speaking
for
of
kids.
jingles, back to jingles. That's one of the best.
Not AI.
There we are. Not AI at all. Wish it was, honestly.
That came on TV one time, and my oldest couldn't stop watching the commercial with the kid. Like the kids were like playing, they're playing their instruments and singing the Cars for Kids song. Yeah. She was like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever heard."
Edie, your youngest daughter is in a really popular band right now, so maybe that's the future for her. It's a little acting and music all come together. She's the future of the band, of the KARS Cars for Kids band.
Oof, man, dude.
What?
I've never been more proud watching my daughter play in the band, get that bass guitar, killing it, and but then watching other people's bands do it. The 6 schools that went before hers.
Can't wait to hear about that.
Okay.
Brunch After Dark.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
Oh man. Going to music?
Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
Let's do it. All right. Dan, what do you listen to?
Let's see. This week, I'm going to start with Role Model. He gave us a very strong contender for Song of the Year, Song of the Summer last year in 2025 with When the Wine Runs Out. Sally. And he's back. We've got new music on the way. The first single is called High Hopes 3000, which makes me think of High Hopes from Panic at the Disco and Andre 3000 a la Outcast. So, anyways, it sounds nothing like either of those things, but it's a nice little diddly, a little soulful, some pop. Depending on your ear, you might be like, I hear a little country in here. You might. Let me know. Let me know what you think. But Role Model, High Hopes 3000, new album coming out in August.
This just in. Dan's
Depends
listening
on
to
your
the country.
Oh, by the way, if you were supposed to go to the Morgan Wallen concert in Pittsburgh on Saturday, sorry, not sorry, brothers. They canceled that son of a bitch because of weather, and guess what? Weather did not weather. So, what's that tell you? Karma, party of four.
Oh boy. Drake, off of
No,
Made of
no,
Honor.
no.
Put more
We're
on.
done.
Put
We're
more
done.
on. No, we're
We're
not.
done. We have to draw the
We
line.
have 3 albums to get to. We have 3 albums to get to, my friend.
I know.
No, because unlike a lot of people who are like, "Oh, I gotta rush through these albums." No, I'm taking my time with them. Like, Iceman is still the album of the year for sure. But Maid of Honor, there's a song called Cheetah Print. It's basically like 3 songs in one song.
It is.
And
I
it's
had to come in to check it and go, did the song change? I was like,
Dude,
nope.
all of a sudden the cha-cha slide happens. It's like, what's going on? Like, and then it just, dude, Cheetah Print is like the most outside song of, you are outside if you were listening. Man, smack that ass.
Yeah.
Smack that ass.
Yeah.
Cheetah Print.
Wild.
Woo. That song's not for the kiddies in the car. It's for when the kids leave the car.
Kids
That's not
Bop,
for that
Cheetah
one.
Print. Just the acoustic version.
Yeah, that's it. Which would still go fine. It would still go hard.
Sure, yeah, right.
Yeah. So Drake, Cheetah Print off of Maid of Honor, album 2 from Drake. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
More to come. Boys, have you been paying attention about what's going on in New York City these days?
Dude,
Unfortunately.
you just gonna put go New York, go New York, go on
Yeah,
it?
the
No.
most obnoxious
Just
fan
put it
base
on,
in the
baby.
entire history of sports.
I mean, they are not stopping. The Knicks might actually do it. They might actually do it, and I wish I was still paying attention to the Knicks because I used to be a fan, but I haven't watched them in like a decade. But like everything on my feed is New York City going crazy. In addition to like the Knicks pandemonium, Baby Keem had a show in Brooklyn. Did any of you guys catch this
Oh
clip?
yeah.
Family Ties going off in whatever hall that was. Holy shit, dude. I feel like just everybody in New York is living their best life right now. Shout out to the people in New York. This one was in Brooklyn, but yeah, putting that on the playlist because I mean, it's not, I've heard that song in a while. And to see it like blown up in just a full on mosh pit, it was really a lot of fun.
If the Knicks win, New York has no one else to thank except for Danhausen. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Danhausen. But Danhausen, New York Knicks. You'll thank me.
Well, yeah, everyone's happy. New York's happy from the mayor on down. Everybody
Yeah.
in New York is just living their best life.
By the way,
Shouts to New York.
a basketball jersey with a suit, like under the sports coat, but over the shirt and tie, might be the worst look of all time. I'm sorry.
I don't
And
think
like
it was intended.
And he's
to
not
look good.
he's not an unattractive dude. I don't know. There's got to be, the tie has to come off or something. It's bad. Can you imagine if coaches in basketball had to wear jerseys like they do in baseball and they had to wear it over a suit like that?
I think
awesome.
I think
One night-
basketball jerseys might be the worst types of jerseys, just like generally to kind of wear out in public because you're either going sleeveless or you
Yeah.
have to work something underneath it, and nothing looks good underneath it. It just doesn't.
No.
Yeah,
100%.
True.
Very true. Unless you're going to a pool party, I don't want to.
Yes,
Right, yeah.
Pool
It's
party
like,
or a music festival.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Only way. Next one for me is from a familiar band on the program. Chris, you'll be familiar. Chapel, the indie pop duo, one of my favorites, absolute favorites. New song called Crashing Out. Hopefully that means we have new music in terms of an album or EP on the way from Chapel. But Crashing Out, it's a new one.
Lizzo just put out a new album, and she's got a song called "Sexy Ladies," which samples a very famous DC go-go song called "Sexy Ladies" by UCB, and it's great. The song's awesome. Shouts to Lizzo, "Sexy Ladies."
Uh, my next one, you guys are gonna like the title. It's called Baseball, huh? That's the name of the song. It's by Dear Me and Gobo. It reminds me a lot of the band Tiger's Jaw, if you're familiar with them. But I found this song, Instagram recommendation here for you boys. The girl's name is Cater. Her handle is Cater FM, and every week she suggests different indie and emo bands to listen to, and kind of like sometimes compares them to bands that you may have heard of in the past. And that's where I found this one. So, Baseball, huh? By Dear Me and Gobo.
It sounds like a title of an episode we might have done a
Baseball,
couple years ago. Baseball, huh?
Really?
I mean, I feel
Yeah,
like that's what we said earlier in the podcast. It's like,
Yeah,
play
true.
baseball? Huh?
Yeah,
Oh.
right.
We're tailgating.
Yeah. Last one for me, Chris. I'm going to take a page out of your book. I'm going to go throwback. I heard this. I had like a brief. I take public transit into work, and then when I get off the train, I have like a 3-minute drive to my house. Not maybe can get a song in, right? Maybe, and just going through Sirius XM, and this throwback from 2015 came on, and I put the windows down and I cranked it because I forgot how great of a song this is. Downtown by Macklemore. I'm telling you what, just relive it, enjoy it. We don't want no beef, boy. And let me tell you what, I wanted all of it. It was great. Great song.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, dude, you know what? I was gonna put this song. I'll save it for next week. Actually, okay. Siku Catching Bodies. I'll put that on the playlist. R&B singer from the UK, but because you just put something in my head that hit me real hard this week, dude. I was in the car doing the same thing.
Okay.
Sierra's "Like a Boy" came on.
Oh wow.
And I was like, windows down, just screaming that shit. Like, that is the best. There are a lot of songs by girls that are talking about being a man. Like Beyonce has one, Taylor Swift has one. So many female artists have one like that. That one is the best. Shouts to Sierra, and shouts to Russell Wilson for retiring. So now he gets more time with Sierra.
Yeah.
Dude gets to talk football and be with Sierra.
The best of both worlds.
Jesus Christ.
Dan, I remember vividly you going in front of people saying you
Burger King in Iowa.
That was it. I was like, was it the one in the South Side? But it was in Iowa.
It was in Iowa. We were walking back to the
Royal
Canterbury and
Swiss. And Dan we passed a Burger King, and Dan stood in front of the Burger King and screamed, "We don't want no beef, boy." Oh man, had to be there. All right, my last one.
Was that the 80-yard field goal trip? That was the 80-yard field goal trip, right?
57. Yeah. Before everyone was hitting 57 yarders. Okay, this is 2012.
It's the reason I call it 80, because it
might as well
like
have been.
80.
Yeah. James Conner was at the goal line ready to catch the ball. He's like, this is mine.
80.
Just the worst. But my last one is a Windows Down jam as well. So a band, their name is Good Hangs. They put out an EP in middle of May, and it starts off with this song called Anthem Emo. And dude, just the references in it. The song is basically like when pop punk and emo peaked, which was like early 2000s, and it just talks about basically everything that was awesome about those songs and that era of music. And I listened to it once. I was like, put it back on. I'm listening to it again and putting all the windows down. So I think you boys will like that one.
Nice. Well, that is the Sounds of Brunch. Check it out on Spotify. 2 weeks of songs updated every single week. All right, boys, any final thoughts today on the Brunch Breakdown?
Chris, any parting thoughts, because you won't be with us
for the
foreseeable future?
The floor is yours.
Yeah.
This is a big opportunity, guys. I appreciate that you didn't follow through on what you were hypothesizing last week about just flat out replacing me. I'm glad that I still have I'm glad that I still have a spot here on the podcast. And yeah, I will be gone for 2 weeks, but then I'll be back. And then I might be gone for another 2 weeks, but I'll always come back. I'm like a boomerang. I'm never fully gone. I'll be back, but sometimes I gotta go. I'm like a peacock. I gotta, stretch my wings a little bit.
Well, tune in next week. Special guest host, middle school crushes of Chris, and while he's not here. So at Brunch Breakdown, let us know if you're one of them.
That's the Brunch Breakdown. We're out.